Trump to push China on trade, North Korea during two-day visit. President Donald Trump would push China on trade and North Korea during a two-day visit in which he will alternately cajole, flatter and scold the rising Pacific power. White House aides view Trump's visit as a centerpiece of his lengthy Asia tour. Trump, who is mired in low approval ratings at home, will encounter newly emboldened Chinese President Xi Jinping, who recently consolidated power in his country, while Trump's every utterance will be studied by allies anxious to see if his inward-looking "America First" mantra could cede power in the region to China. In the hours before arriving in Beijing on Wednesday, Trump used an address to the National Assembly in Seoul, South Korea, to deliver a stern message to China, North Korea's biggest trade partner. Trump urged responsible nations to unite and stop supporting North Korea. "You cannot support, you cannot supply, you cannot accept," he said, calling on every nation, including China and Russia, to fully implement recent UN Security Council resolutions on North Korea. Trump is expected to demand that China curtail its dealings with Pyongyang and expel North Korean workers. Trump has praised China for taking some steps against Pyongyang but urged them to do more, as administration officials believe the border between China and North Korea remains a trade corridor. "I want to just say that President Xi, where we will be tomorrow, China, has been very helpful. We'll find out how helpful soon," Trump said Tuesday night in Seoul. But he really has been very, very helpful. So China is out trying very hard to solve the problem with North Korea. The White House is banking on Trump's personal rapport with Xi to drive the negotiations. Trump has frequently showered praise on Xi, who recently became the nation's most powerful leader in decades, including with a trip to Trump's Florida estate for a summit. "He's a powerful man. I happen to think he's a very good person. Now with that being said, he represents China, I represent the USA, so, you know, there's going to always be conflict," Trump recently told the Fox Business Network. "People say we have the best relationship of any president, because he's called president also. Now some people might call him the king of China. But he's called president." The Chinese are expected to extend a lavish welcome for Trump. The President and First Lady Melania Trump were greeted at the airport by dozens of children waving U.S. and Chinese flags and jumping up and down. They will have tea with Xi and his wife, Peng Liyuan, and receive a private tour of the Forbidden City, Beijing's ancient imperial palace, before dinner. White House officials point to the summit in Florida this spring, an event partly defined by Trump telling his Chinese counterpart about the missile strike he ordered on Syria while the two men dined on chocolate cake. But experts in the region suggest that Xi may be playing Trump. "Trump keeps portraying his relationship with Xi as great pals, but that's wildly naive," said Mike Chinoy, an expert on East Asia policy at the U.S.-China Institute at the University of Southern California. "The Chinese have figured out how to play Trump, flatter him. And there's nothing the Chinese do better than wow foreign diplomats.